Some people will just park it anywhere, and this is just a reminder that it's not always a good day out on the water. Welcome back, guys. It is your boy Broncos Guru, and it's this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. I realized the other day I've been slacking on you guys a little bit, and since we're in December, I figure I'm going to go ahead and step my game up. We haven't done a giveaway in a while, so I've decided we'll go ahead and do a giveaway on this video, but I'll tell you what, we're going to step our game up a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and do a giveaway on every video on this channel for the rest of December. So for today's video, we're going to go ahead and give away one of the infamous Drain Plug Mafia tumblers. Only qualification, you have to be a subscriber, you have to hit the like button, and leave a comment below, and I will pick my favorite comment, and that person's winning a tumbler. But let's go ahead and get the news started. Our first incident to make the boating news this week is going to take us up to the Toledo Beach Marina in LaSalle, Michigan, where around 6:30 a.m. this past week, firefighters got a call saying that one of the buildings had caught on fire. Fortunately, firefighters were able to isolate this incident and contain it into one rack and storage building, which contained about 70 boats. One of the firefighters' main struggles they had here, though, was a lack of water, which is interesting considering the facility's right next to Lake Erie. They were able to set up one pump out, pumping water out of Lake Erie, but the problem is most of the fire hydrants that were around the building were either broken or not working. And of course, the amount of gasoline and diesel that was being stored in the boats in the facility obviously didn't give the firefighters an easy time on getting this fire extinguished either. The early preliminary guess on losses is over $1 million, and investigators don't feel very likely that they'll actually figure the cause of this fire out due to the massive damage. Our next incident to make the news this week is going to take us up to the Detroit River, where the Harvest Spirit freighter, which was carrying 74,000 gallons of diesel fuel, had a pump failure on Wednesday morning, which eventually caused engine failure, leaving the boat adrift in the Livingstone Channel that ended with the boat grounded sideways, blocking the entire channel. While the Coast Guard and the ship's owners tried to come up with a plan to get this vessel freed from the rocky bottom, they decided to go ahead and divert other commercial traffic to the Amherstburg Channel. But shortly after doing so, another commercial vessel ran aground in that channel as well. Crews were eventually able to get the Harvest Spirit free by shifting the weight on the vessel and the assistance of tugboats. Once the vessel was freed, the Livingstone Channel remained closed for a short period of time as the Army Corps of Engineers came in to assess whether the channel water depths were at the correct level for these ships to be traversing the channel. Overall, no major damage was reported to either of the ships that got stuck. Our next incident to make the boating news is actually something that happened earlier this year, where a young surfer was caught off guard by an overwhelming current and a thick sea fog in Porthcawl. This newly released footage shows the lifeboat crew rushing through the waves to try and rescue him. The surfer mentions later in an interview that he's quite an experienced surfer, but the current just overpowered him in the end. This video shows the lifeboat crew's harrowing event where they're trying to fight that same current, these rough seas, and keep off the rock wall.
Do not let him go. Do not let him go, okay? Hold on! Okay, get him inboard! Get him inboard as quick as you can! Some job, guys, get him the board! Go! On the board!
Our next incident to make the boating news this week is going to take us approximately 345 miles east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, where this sailboat seen here lost both its engine and its sails in heavy seas. The sailors sent a GPS distress alert indicating they were in trouble. Due to the distance offshore, the U.S. Coast Guard activated the Automated Mutual Assistance Vessel Rescue System to alert vessels in the area that this ship was having problems. Fortunately for this sailboat, the 958-foot Santiago answered the call. The Santiago was able to rescue the two boaters with a ladder being thrown over the side of the massive ship, where the sailors climbed up to safety and eventually abandoning ship. After the sailors made it onto the Santiago, they actually continued with this vessel onto Baltimore. Amazingly, nobody was injured. Things like this can get wild pretty fast. This vessel right here could have easily crashed into these gentlemen trying to climb up the vessel. They could have got caught in the mast or any number of things. Our next incident to make the boating news this week is going to be sports related. We don't often get the chance to talk about sports, but you know what? Sailing is a sport. And right now, this past week, we had the Vendée Globe Around the World sailing race going on, and one of the most dramatic rescues at sea during this event happened this past week. One of the captains, Kevin Escoffier of the abandoned racing yacht PRB, pulled himself from a life raft onto a competitor's boat after his 60-foot racing yacht was basically split in half by an 18-foot wave. He was extremely fortunate he was able to get one text message off before all of his electronics went out, alerting his fellow competitor Jean LeCam that he was in trouble, who came to his rescue. And this is probably the first time we've ever talked football on Boating News of the Week, but apparently Tom Brady decided he was going to get a new boat, and yes, this is pictures from TMZ Sports. It was good enough to make their news, so it was good enough to make ours. The vessel's name Viva Aviva is named after one of his wife's charities. Apparently this 40-foot vessel cost him a little bit over $1 million and was delivered down to the Tampa area this past week, so if any of you guys see this vessel out there, you know your boy Tom's out there rolling around as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know, and you might see your stories over here. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment below for your shot at winning a Drain Plug Mafia tumbler. And we'll see you guys on Sunday for Boneheaded Boaters of the Week.